Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. I'm Hizkia Eva and I'm an undergraduate student at Esa Unggul majoring in English education. 5 years ago, I was an event leader and I had to present the planning in front of my fellow workers. But then because of limited knowledge and preparation, my presentation was quite a disaster. So why am I telling you this story? Well, the goal of my presentation is to tell you about effective presentation, referring on these three videos. Video 1, 40 useful phrases for presenting in English. Video 2, top 10 tips for effective presentation. And video 3, make your presentations more interesting. I have divided my presentations into four main parts. First of all, I'll talk about phrases I have learned. And then second, we'll look at the importance of phrases I have learned. Third, we'll talk about how I relate to video 1, 2, and 3. And finally, I'll tell you about the importance to learn from video 2 and 3. My presentation will take about 4 to 5 minutes. Let's start with phrases I have learned. Welcoming and introducing. We can say, "Good morning, everyone," and then start telling our names and the topic of the presentation. To give an overview, we can say, "I have divided my presentations into how many parts," then mention the main points. For timing, we can say, "My presentation will take about how many minutes." For questions, we can say, "If you have any questions, feel free to interrupt." And then for introducing the point, we can say, "Let's start with." To finish a point, we can say, "That concludes my point." To continue with another topic, we can say, "Now let's move on to my next topic." To refer to graphs and charts, we can say, "As you can see on this chart." To go into detail, we can say, "Let me expand on this point." To remind the audience, we can say, "This relates to what I was saying earlier." To summarize, we can say, "So that brings me to the end of my presentation," and then re-mention the main points. To conclude, we can say, "In conclusion, I'd like to say," and then for thanking and inviting to ask questions, we can say, "Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them now." Let's turn now to the importance of phrases I have learned. First, the phrases serve various functions that will enhance the clarity and structure and engagement of my presentation. And then second, all these phrases will set the tone of my presentation, and then it will establish connection with me and the audience. And then using these phrases will contribute to a successful presentation. Moving on to my third topic, the three videos are highly relevant to me as a university student and as a teacher. As a university student, I relate to it because I am often required to deliver presentations as part of my coursework and academic requirements, just like this very video that I'm doing right now. And as a teacher, the videos directly relevant to me, especially in the context of teaching and delivering the lessons material. Now let's move on to my last topic, which is the importance to learn from video 2 and 3. It is very important to learn from video 2 and 3 because it will enrich our skill in delivering presentation. Well, video 2 is focusing on having a good technique in delivering presentation, and then video 3 is focusing on adding meaningful material to the presentation. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. Well, we looked at four main points. First, I showed you the phrases that I have learned. Second, I spoke about the importance of phrases I have learned. And then we looked at how I relate to video 1, 2, and 3. And finally, I explained the importance to learn from video 2 and 3. To conclude, I'd like to say that having a structured and effective delivery in presentation will help everyone to understand the topic better. So thank you everyone for your time and have a good day.